Today we're going to talk about falling. Falling has been a big issue in the news lately. The Journal of American Medical Association recently came out saying that since 2000, the rate of mortality deaths have doubled for people over 75 that fall. Yeah, deaths. It's kind of a big deal. Even if you're not over 75, but you are maybe not as active, you ought to check out this video because you might be surprised how much falling is common for all people, all ages. Stay tuned. I'm Lisa McCall, and posture I love to talk about because posture has to do with just about anything you're going to do with your body in life. And today we're going to talk about falling on the ground. Yeah, I've done a lot of martial arts. I've done all sorts of things where I have learned how to fall. But even knowing how to fall, like planning it, is totally different than spontaneously having a fall. But I want to show you some stuff today that you can do to make you more coordinated and a little safer, and it's also a nice little workout. But let's just go there and discuss this, okay? So, we're in the house. This is going to be doing something at your house. Now, you can go to the gym with your trainer, with your friends, and do a lot of obstacle course stuff, and you can do all sorts of things. But in the house, you could actually do some cool things. So one of them is, let's get used to having your head and hands down on the floor, like finding out how to get down here. Now, you've learned from me a lot of bending exercises, and I would practice that bending, keeping your spine as straight as possible. Even though when you fall, you won't be thinking that, but your body remembers whatever you've been doing the most. Whatever's normal to your body is going to show up when you fall, okay? So if I go over and I just start doing kind of monkey walks, and this is a little bit of agility where you're just moving backwards and forwards with your hands. I mean, you can do it all around your house. Let's say going down that far is a little challenging. Then this is just come up here and just do like this. And get used to putting your hands down, moving your legs. Hands down, moving your legs. Hands down, moving your legs. You might be surprised how hard that can be. Okay? I don't have my elbows locked out. I'm not doing this. A lot of falls, people fracture their wrist because it's our tendency to just lock out. Okay? So, it's really supposed to be about falling into something, which we'll get into. You're going to go in, you're going to go in, you're going to give. But anyway, so when you're here, I just want you to work on that. That's one. Another one is sit on something and move your legs around. And move them around. I mean, if you think this looks silly, you just try it. You try it and see how easy or hard it is, because I want you to get to where you can literally go over and go over. So in other words, you're going to find, for me, right's easier. You're going to get here and you're going to go, whoa, oh my God, one side's not as easy as the other. So get to where you can really pivot. And this is sort of sticky, so it makes it harder, which is good, because harder is good. You can do that, okay? Then you could just step up on it and go, oh my gosh, I gotta go down. Bend, step down. Know how to step down. It's not this. You don't step down that way. You come down, get your center of gravity down, step down. You're gonna say, oh, I always step up with my right and not my left, or, back and forth. Take the leg that doesn't want to lead and lead with a leg that doesn't want to lead. That's the trick. When you fall, your body doesn't know, oh, that's not my good side. It's going to go, it just happens. It really does. So the more you are comfortable with moving around things, moving on top of things, going over things, taking your furniture in your house and doing over it, going over it or something, just helps tremendously. And you might find that you are not as confident as you thought you'd be. Okay, Now, for our last and final little dance here, I want you to use your bed to learn how to roll. Now, I could teach you how to roll on the floor one day, but right now we're just going to use the bed. Now, this may seem really silly or like really weird, or both. I'm going to take my left back side of my shoulder, and I'm going to take it to the right side of my bed. And I'm going to go over, and I'm going to fall on it and come back out. Now, if that like freaks you out, go up to it, put your hand down, tuck your shoulder a little, and fall on your bed. Then do the other one. And you want to do both sides because one side is so much more coordinated than the other. And you're going to go over here and you're going to go, oh, this is hard or something. And you're just going to do the same thing. And if that's too much, take your hand there, put your hip down, and go on it. Just do that. And put your hip first, because you've got to get used to the whole idea. And then once you're used to that, you'll go, okay, I'll take my shoulder. You're jumping off, or you're pushing off with this front leg, okay? Then, over time, you could go, and then you can show your kids and your grandkids that you know how to get up and down and to... Really, I've been playing with this for the past few days, and at first I was kind of like really uncoordinated, and now, just because I've been playing with it, you don't know how much fun you can have with this stuff. And I just have fun doing these things. Over and out, baby.